Ew. Don't call me Chef Boyardee. Call me Chef Girlardee. Hey honeys, it's Emmy. If you're new to the channel, welcome to my car. I am headed to the grocery store on a Sunday before the Patriots game. Yeah, it's basically going to the mall on Christmas Eve, but brave woman got this. So this morning I went to the gym. We have an exercise update coming for you, honeys. But first, it's grocery store time. We got a Pats game to cook for. Got my list. All right. Clockwork. Right when I press record, the lawnmower goes on. The audacity of these people, right? All right, I'm making my world's famous chili, which, by the way, guys, if you want it, I got you covered. In the down bar, Emmy's chili or my chili recipe, or it's there and you can have it. Won awards, so has not won any awards. Also, winking is hard for me. Is winking hard for anybody else? All right, let's make the list. So I'm making my chili for tonight, and also I'm doing something very exciting. I'm going to be making, so I have these world famous nachos, but I've always wanted to make the nachos from scratch. And so I bought some dried field corn, and last night I cooked it up with some pickling lime so that I can make masa harina today and hopefully make some corn tortillas, which will turn into corn chips for my nachos. So tonight for the Pats game, I'm gonna be making my chili and my nachos. So I'm gonna make my list for that. Let's do it. Yeah. There are literally people everywhere. It is so crowded. Oh my god, I just got a glimpse of the checkout line. We just will set up shop here for the rest of the day. I cannot wait. Ooh, this one's, no. See, these are not good, but I can't wait to find ripe ones because persimmons are bomb. But these are just not good. Like, these are wicked hard. And then the ones that are actually soft, like this one, I don't think those are good. That guy behind me was like, is that girl recording herself? Yes. Grocery haul. All right, I gotta say, guys, it was so weird buying all of this packaged stuff because you guys know me. Someone's like, make me a meal, and I'm like, potato. I don't do recipes and like intricate meals. I'm the simplest person on earth. When it's time for supper, I like bake up squash and lettuce, and I'm like, So like I said, we're making chili and we're making nachos. So the stuff for the nachos was really the packaged stuff. I got some almond milk to make the cheese with. The cheese recipe, I was gonna do a different cheese recipe because I saw another one, but because I am doing the corn chips and I'm making them from scratch, I haven't done that before, so I don't want to change too many things. So I'm using the almond milk for the cheese that I'll be making. And as a part of the nachos, gotta have some salsa. And a lot of salsas have sugar added to them, but this one doesn't have any sugar added to it. And it was the cheapest one, so let's be honest. And then one of the secret ingredients, honestly, like, Stop and Shop pulls through when it comes to their Southwestern style salsa. It's like black beans, corn, and pico de gallo. Honestly, it's so good. I'm like very excited to have this. I'm so excited for my nachos. I just spilled this all over me. So that's the stuff for the nachos that I needed. And then for my chili, I needed to get some celery, some diced tomatoes. You also can make the chili using marinara. That's really, really yummy. But the marinara that I like to use is from Whole Foods, and I wasn't at Whole Foods. Win some, you lose some. This is why I like never make recipes, because it's such a hassle to get everything. So I got those, I got some green peppers. These are for the chili as well. And then the last thing that I needed for the chili was a sweet tater. I forgot beans, oh my goodness. So I'm just sitting here doing some work. I literally have the best job on planet Earth doing my Slim on Starch program, but I'm monitoring the Facebook group right now, and I just wanted to show you guys something. So I'm just going through the Facebook group for my program, and oh my gosh, there's so much good stuff in here. But one of my clients, Autumn, posted something amazing. She posted this yesterday morning. She said, let's play a game. Never have I ever, for the Slim on Starch program. And the comments that are on here, I just thought this was the cutest thing ever. Never have I ever thought could I lose this much weight eating this much food, that I would love my body again. Before the program, I was considering having surgery on a certain body part. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And then reading all of these makes me so happy and so excited. Autumn's story is unreal, and all of my clients, every single one has such a unique story, and they make me so excited. But I just wanted to tell you about Autumn. She is a mom of 3. She's one of the most beautiful humans I've ever seen in my entire life, and she's a model because she is just such a beautiful woman. She's so gorgeous. And before coming to the program, she, you know, couldn't get back to her pre-baby weight, and she's so beautiful, and she loves fashion, and she was like, I want to feel really great in my clothes. Like, fashion means so much to me. It's the way I express myself, and that's something that I'm struggling with right now. And she got to the point where she blows me away. She got to the point where she said, Emmy, I never thought I would say this, but I don't want to lose any more weight. How do I make this stop? And she ended up modeling in a runway show wearing a bikini, and she is now at a weight lower than the weight she was at the day that she married her husband, Robert. She literally weighs less than she weighed on her wedding day, and she has 3 kids. Unreal. I love that woman. Okay, so here is the current status of what my corn chips are going to be. So you're probably like, what the heck is that? I mean, let me tell you. So I have this dried field corn, and then I have, this is calcium hydroxide, which is also called pickling lime. And I guess the deal here is that what you're supposed to do, this is what I did at least, is that you take the dried field corn and you mix it in with the pickling lime and water, and then you let it come to a boil, and then you bring it to a simmer. But what you have to do is you have to let it sit overnight. So I did that. So I mixed these together and then let it sit overnight, and it's just been sitting like this for about 14 hours by now. And I'm gonna turn that into the dough to make my corn tortillas, and then turn those into the chips. So that is the current status. I'm probably gonna make these in a few hours. Okay, so I thought that I would give you guys a little update on my exercise routine. So I have been a lifelong runner. I was captain of my high school track team. I've run a marathon, but I've always been a runner. And that's just always kind of been the exercise that I've done. I've just been a cardio bunny. And I, in high school, had patellofemoral pain syndrome, which is very common in young female runners. And basically what happens is that your kneecap, it's supposed to move up and down when you run, right? Well, what happens when you have patellofemoral pain syndrome is that it starts to move side to side, and that is not a pleasant feeling. And in high school, I was out for a little bit of time with that injury. My junior year, I had to take some time off because of the injury, but I've been really good at keeping it at bay. I will ice and I will replace my sneakers very, very often to ensure that I do not have this, because it is recurring and it's not something that you can cure. You can really just prevent it by making sure that you allow yourself to recover, you're icing, and you have supportive shoes. And to be honest with you guys, I was a little bit careless with replacing my shoes in time recently. So I've been using Brooks running sneakers 5-ever, and I used Mizuno's a little bit when I was in high school. Maybe I went through one pair of Mizuno's when I was in college because I loved how lightweight they were, but I started using Brooks strictly when I became vegan. And so like for 5 years I've been using Brooks Launch, like it's a bit my ride or die, and I never really thought about it. Just whenever I needed new sneakers, I would get some new Brooks. And I did not replace my sneakers that I just had for probably 5 or 6 months, which is over 1,000 miles on those sneakers, which was very irresponsible of me. And so my knee started acting up again. And I'm very happy to say that I have on new shoes that are not Brooks that I'm going to talk about. But let me tell you about what did happen. Now I have one shoe on and I feel a little bit funny. So because my knee started acting up, I knew that I had to back off of my mileage to make sure that my patellofemoral didn't come back roaring. And so what I ended up doing was I did about for a few days I did no running at all to ensure that I did not get injured. It's better to be out for a few days than to be out for a few months. So instead I went to the gym and I just did some workouts there. And then I ordered these new sneakers. These are Hoka's, which I'm gonna talk about. Ooh, they rock. And when these came back in, I decided maybe I'll test out the waters a little bit. And so I ran a little bit and then I did some gym workouts. Then I started to increase my mileage a little bit more. Now I'm at about like 80% of my normal mileage with these Hoka's. And then what I've been doing also is going to the gym. So I'm doing running and going to the gym, and I've sort of reignited my love for going to the gym. I went to the gym a lot in college and I loved it. And they had a lot of muscle. Like my senior year of college, when I graduated college, I felt so healthy, and I was doing, my workout routine was half running, half the gym, and I loved the stair stepper in particular because it would give me a nice booty. But I just felt so healthy when I graduated my senior year of college. I just felt really, really great. I love having that athletic build. I love feeling strong. I love feeling powerful and healthy, and I love that. And running is like my meditation, but it's not like this insane workout for me. I could run 10 miles and not break a sweat, because running is not, I don't think of it as exercise. It's just like my meditation almost. And so lately I've been going to the gym and I've been loving it. And it's just, I've been loving it. And so I think I'm gonna continue this routine of doing running, a mixture of running and going to the gym. And what I was doing in the past, I would just strictly do running. I would come home and I would do abs and I would lift some weights, which like, it's not anything crazy. But what I've been doing now is doing running, the gym, and doing my abs and my weights. And it feels like a very wholesome routine. And so I think I'm gonna keep this up, and I will bring you guys along and show you what it is that I'm doing. But I'll do my running, and then I will do the arc trainer, which is like an elliptical, and then I will do the stair stepper, and I'll also do my ab routine, and I will lift some weights. And listen, honey, I'm not out here like trying to become a bodybuilder. That's never been my thing. I've always been all about health and having a very wholesome, just overall healthy life. And if you focus too much on one thing, then the other parts of your life get dialed down. And so I'm not out here trying to become a bodybuilder. I'm out here trying to be my best self. And right now it feels like doing running and the gym is going to get me there. So I just hit stop on the camera and I forgot to talk about my hokas. I think I'll talk about them in the next vlog because that was a really long clip, but I'm going to do these are vegan and they rock. I'm super excited to talk about them, but I think I'll do a full review of them maybe in the next few vlogs because I really just talked a lot. Hello, hello. Are you so excited? I'm actually getting things ready right now. Slicing and dicing. Do you want to know? Okay. I'm making my nachos, but I'm making the corn chips from scratch and I'm about to make them right now. Oh, I'm not doing it. You're not eating it. You're gonna say anything? Yeah, oh. I must have cut out. I said, uh-huh. I said, uh-huh. Ew. Don't call me Chef Boyardee. Call me Chef Girlardee. All right, after that brief interruption, the time has come to attempt the corn tortillas. I'm nervous, I need to readjust this cam. It is also 3:39 and the sun is setting. Not cool. We're running out of daylight here. So, all right, it is time to turn my dried field corn into corn tortillas, which will become corn chips. If everything goes according to plan. Okay, so I have this has all been mixing overnight as I talked about earlier. So the next thing that I gotta do here, drain the corn and then give it a good massage under some cold water. Okay, so it looks really nasty, but it smells promising. It smells like some corn tortillas. So I'm gonna go ahead and rinse this. Okay, so now it says to add 2 cups of the corn with 1/4 a cup of water into the food processor. All right, honey, so I have my dough for the corn tortillas. You don't appreciate corn tortillas till you gotta make them yourself. Okay, so, and next time I have Mexican food, if this works, like, honey, I'm gonna be making these for Mexican food. Okay, so I gotta form these into a ball. I have my tortilla press and I have some wax paper, and so I'm going to put this into my tortilla press. So now I've got 2, count them, 2 pans. I think the key is that I really have to make sure that they're nice and thick because I just think that's the key. Okay, and this is parchment paper. Well, would you look at that? Q&A time, honeys. All right, you may have noticed that this vlog is a little bit different in my style, and it's not just me sitting here in front of where I always sit and film my videos. And the reason for that is that this is the style of video that I love to make. I have been neglecting my love for videography, and when somebody comes to my channel, I want them to really get a vibe for who I am and really feel like they know me. Like, I want somebody to be able to come to my channel and know that if they're like, hey, wanna hang out? Like, and I'm like, yeah. Something just fell. If they're like, hey, wanna hang out? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, pick you up at 8. I want them to know that, like, I would prefer 8 a.m. and not 8 p.m. Like, I want them to know that, like, my ideal Saturday hangout is like going to the farmer's market after a run. Like, I want you to know me. I'm more than just an encyclopedia. I'm not just a piece of meat. And listen, there are some OG honeys who know that Nana, for example, on the 12 Days of Christmas, always forgets her line. So we sing the 12 Days of Christmas every year at my aunt's house. And my Nana, every single year, forgets her line, which is a partridge in a pear tree. She's the first one. And I think it's a conspiracy. I think she purposefully forgets it for attention. You'll see on the vlog. I'll vlog it. She will forget.
On the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me
And there are people that know that whenever my dad's in the back of camera, he makes faces. We're going to an Indian place, and on their menu they have a designated... Dad, quit. Now let's focus. The camera just focused on you.
Should.
There are select few honeys, and if you are one of those honeys that is like, Emmy, I got you, I'm an OG honey, leave a comment. But the masses need to know this stuff. When you come to my channel, what I'm really looking for here is a more wholesome representation of me and what I stand for. And I just feel like my videos lately, I've been so proud of the educational content of my videos, but not the cinematography. And so I'm getting back into that, honeys. So I always want to provide you with value. I want you to come away from my video having learned something, gained something, putting a smile on your face, but I always want to provide you with value. So right now I'm going to sit down and answer some questions for you, honeys. So headed over to Insta, said, ask me your questions, and here is what we got. I'm using a different tripod, so my angles are a little bit, look at my hair. Tips for holiday weight gain. Just eat a bunch of food, you'll gain weight just fine. No, great question. I had a free masterclass last week, and I'm actually having one. I had one, if you're watching this video the day it comes out, I had it yesterday because a lot of people weren't able to make the last one, and so I'm having another one. But I had a free masterclass, and it was about the 6 steps that I use with my clients to get them to where they are now. I'm thinking people loved the masterclass, so I'm thinking of doing another free masterclass and having it be about surviving the holidays and how to make it out of the holidays, having indulged in foods that you love and traditions that you love, but not having gained weight in the process. So I'm thinking that I might want to do a masterclass on that. If you want me to do a free masterclass on how to survive the holidays and not gain a pound, then leave me a comment and I absolutely will do that. But here is what I want you guys to know. If you go into the holidays with the idea of I don't want to gain weight, I'm not going to gain a pound, I have to be perfect, I'm like saying no to every treat. If you want to do that, you can, because I do want to empower you to make your own decisions, but I will say that I have not seen this approach be successful in the past. That's not what I do. I don't go into the holidays saying I'm not going to eat any junk food, I'm being perfect, I'm only eating what I'm gonna normally eat, and I'm gonna enjoy all of the traditions of the holidays, but I'm not having any special food. I don't do that because I don't want to go the rest of my life not having birthday cake or cinnamon rolls or stuffing, nachos, whatever it is. I don't want to go the rest of my life miserable and never having that stuff again. When we look back on the holidays, what do we want to remember? This is what I always say about the holidays. You have to ask yourself, when I go to bed tonight, how do I want to feel? How do I want to feel when I wake up tomorrow morning? And then when I look back on this, what do I want to remember? And when I go to bed, I want to feel good. I don't want to feel sick to my stomach. I don't want to feel nasty. When I wake up the next day, I want to feel energized. I don't want to feel disgusting. And when I look back on the event, I want to remember eating yummy foods with my family. So where do we find the balance in that? Well, for me, it's that I have cookies, I have ice cream, I have stuffing, I have bread. It's all vegan and it's all oil free because oil really wreaks havoc on my system. And so it's really healthy versions of the traditional things that we have. And are they weight loss foods? Absolutely not. Are they healthy? Honestly, no. But they're not horrible. And there's a balance that we have to find, and I encourage you to enjoy these foods on these days, and then maybe say to yourself, I'm gonna have leftovers the next day or the next 2 days, and then I'm back to what I'm always doing. Allow yourself to have these foods, because if you don't, I'm telling you, it's gonna end up that you're gonna be standing in front of the fridge alone, eating the pumpkin pie with your hands while everybody else is asleep, and you are pissy all day because everybody else got to eat the pumpkin pie, but you can eat the pumpkin pie, and then you just end up binging out on it. It's a recipe for a disaster. You really do want to enjoy these days, and you can enjoy these days. And so that's my little bit of advice about the holidays. I think I do want to make a masterclass about this, so if you want me to do it, then I definitely will. Just leave a comment and consider it done. All right, next question. What exercise should I do to burn fat? I do not encourage exercise as a means of weight loss. On my program, all of the clients on my program, we don't require any exercise, and they're losing up to and more than 70 pounds. So exercise is not a great means to losing weight, and I often find that when people rely on exercise, they actually end up gaining weight or not losing weight, because there's the belief of, oh, I went to the gym and I went on the elliptical, and the elliptical said that I burned 400 calories. And so I'm gonna have this 200 calorie dessert, one of these little mini healthy, like skinny cow desserts for 200 calories, and I'll still be in a 200 calorie deficit for the day. But if you hadn't worked out, you wouldn't have had that little dessert. And so now you're eating more dessert than you were before you were on your weight loss journey. It's like, what? You don't want to do that. And so I've found that the best approach to weight loss is to take it from the nutrition side. Get your food right first. This is what I say to all my clients, is get the food right first, and then you can move on to exercise. Exercise is not going to be the thing that's going to get you to lose weight in the beginning. When you get to a plateau, then starting to incorporate exercise can cause you to have a faster metabolism, you have more lean muscle mass, you burn more calories at rest, your leptin can increase and your ghrelin can decrease, your hormones will adjust so that you're more satisfied by eating less food. Those types of things can happen once you get into the nitty-gritty of your weight loss. But at the beginning of your weight loss journey, I encourage you to focus on the nutrition and develop the whole foods plant-based diet. The best fat burner is a whole foods plant-based diet. Won't all the carbs in potatoes make me fat? Are sweet potatoes better? Yes, they will make you fat. No, carbohydrates do not make us fat. I have a video called Nutritionist Debunks Carbs Make Us Fat, something along those lines. I'll link it below. Carbohydrates do not make us fat. Potatoes, honestly, are like the #1 weight loss food that I recommend. And my clients are eating so many potatoes. I am the potato queen, and I have not yet found that they are causing me to gain a bunch of weight. The reason why we think that carbs make us fat is because when people say carbs, people think, and there's so many reasons why people think that carbs make us fat, but when we think of carbs, people think of donuts and biscuits and pastries and cookies. It's not the carbs in there that are making people fat, it's the fat in there that's making people fat. And I know people say, oh, there are good carbs and bad carbs, but really when it comes down to it, carbohydrates turning into fat is not a process that humans are readily partaking in. De novo lipogenesis is what it's called. And is it possible in humans? Yeah, it is possible. It's absolutely possible. And it does occur in small amounts. But in normal circumstances, it's not occurring in large amounts at all. And it's actually the excess fat that we're eating that's turning into fat. The only way that we gain weight is by eating in excess. So if we eat more calories than we are burning, it doesn't matter where they come from. In order to ensure that you are not going to gain weight by eating a high carb diet, if you're eating a whole foods plant-based diet, it's so hard to eat these foods in excess. It's really hard to eat potatoes in excess. It can be done, absolutely, and people do it if food is being used for reasons other than fuel, if it's an emotional thing. But the likelihood of overeating on potatoes is low if you are just transitioning your diet to a whole foods plant-based diet. Question session. Ow. All right, honey, so I'm sitting here and I've got my nice big calendar and my little mini calendar, all my planners. So I, right now, am going to just plan out, because it's the 2nd of, no, it's the 3rd, it's the 2nd of November. No, it's the 3rd. It's the 3rd of November right now. And I'm going to plan out this month. I recently joined a business mastermind because you honeys know my degree is in, let me take these glasses off, I'm silly right now. My degree is in math education and I now own a business. So how does that work out, right? So I have joined this business mastermind that I'm absolutely loving. It was a huge investment, and so it is like my everything right now. It's like I'm back in school learning how to do all of this, and I really want to get this month all planned out. So I'm gonna lay out this entire month right now, and the reason why I'm doing these things and like made this huge investment in this mastermind is because, honeys, like I am not messing around when it comes to my program and really building it into an empire, because I'm so passionate about this. The results that people get on my program, literally, they are changing their lives. And I see it happen time and time and time again. And it's not me, it's not my program, it's the magic that happens when all of us come together. And it's truly magic, and I need it to be spread among the masses, because these life transformations should not be limited to the people that I've worked with. I really want to build this into an empire, and so I'm learning how to do that. And speaking of my program, if you are interested, we're open right now. We start on November 10th. So you can go ahead and click the link in the down bar so that you can apply to the program that starts on the 10th. If it is past that day, click the link in the down bar. There might be a wait list depending on what time of the month it is when you're watching this video. But in any event, I'm gonna get working on my month ahead. November 2019, baby, let's do it.
Step into my office.
Back in the day, this used to be my bedroom, and now
It's the Healthy Hunnies accounting office.
it's the Healthy Hunnies accounting office. My dad and I have a financial meeting every month, and the time has come. I have the tortillas on 2 cookie sheets. I'm gonna put them in the oven, and hopefully, fingers crossed, they'll become chips. If they do, I will die. Maybe I am Chef Boyardee.
You are.
Okay, I have my nachos. But my cheese sauce isn't thick enough because I forgot something, but these look so good, and I'm gonna try. This is the moment of truth. I need a good one. That looks like a good one, but there's not enough on it. Are you ready? Yes. Mmm. You hear that crunch? Oh my god, I can't believe I did this. This is amazing. Okay, I have my chili. All right, that's it for this video. So, I'm gonna eat my chili. I'm gonna eat my nachos, which I'm so excited about. I can't believe I got them right. And I will see you in my next video. Mwah!